guys?
Hi.
So you weren't expecting this video, but I was talking about it earlier. We are going to be talking about Casey's. And we're going to be throwing some shade and spilling some tea. Although we don't have tea, I have water.
Does that count? I have pumpkin spice cereal. Does that count?
It's basically
Ooh,
the same
like
thing.
girl.
Honestly, where's my water's over there. Okay, great. We love that. Okay. So today we will be talking about Casey's and our experience at Casey's and basically dragging them because, like, why the fuck not, honestly.
Because they're assholes.
But we'll get into that. We're not going to name names. We'll make up names.
Her name is Susan.
Who is? Which one? Okay, so we're going to start with when I started working there.
Okay.
You guys were not there when I started working there. I started vlogging a little bit after I started working there. I started working there on March 13th, 2018. That's right, we have dates. A bitch doesn't play. So, March 13th, 2018 was my first day. And it wasn't like, I didn't actually work. That was the day that...
You did your paperwork?
Yeah, I did the paperwork and stuff. The 15th was my actual first day on register. We're not going to name who my trainer was because she no longer works there. We'll call her...
Janet.
Janet, that is actually a really good name for her. She was a bitch. Listen, oh my god, I hated her. She was really sweet. She was just really condescending. It was like I walked in there and it was like I've never had a job before. She's like, now I know you don't know how to do this, but anyway, she doesn't work there anymore. She's not our priority. I started working there March 13th. Everything was fine for those first 2 months. Nothing was really out of the ordinary. I didn't really I really liked everyone. Everyone was really nice. Everyone,
At first.
At first. There was there were like 2 people I had a problem with,
right.
But like, I hardly ever worked with them. So like, it wasn't really a big deal. At the time, I actually worked with one of them a lot. We'll call him,
Spike.
Spike.
Why not?
Spike.
Nobody's gonna know who we're talking about.
So I worked with Spike. He worked about every other day. Days that he wasn't working as a stalker, he was making donuts that morning. So I worked with him pretty regularly. If it wasn't him, it was, what are we gonna call? I also worked with Randy. Okay, great. I loved Randy. Randy was, at the time, by far my favorite employee.
Right. I didn't get to work with him personally, but he came in all the freaking time. He was the best. He's the best.
Amazing. I love him. He's so funny. He's my sugar daddy, basically.
Still is. We got fucking fired,
yeah,
but
I have him on speed dial. Anytime I need like $50, I go suck his dick. And then I have $50. It's really
great.
that easy, honestly.
It's gay for pay.
Honest, yeah, gay for pay. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today on Gay for Pay. Okay, so I had been working there for about a month. I was out of training on my own for nights again. And at this time I was vlogging. You remember this, actually. I did vlog this day, so I guess it doesn't really help. Because although you probably don't know his name. Anyway, this is the day that, what was his name? Randy. This is the day that Randy quit. So, previously, the week before, it was truck day. It was me, Spike, Randy.
Hoop-de-doo.
Okay, so it was me, Spike, Randy, and Helga.
Wait, there was one more.
Forgot about another person. Okay, restart. It was me, Spike, Randy, where did we go? Ho, because we're not clever, and Helga. Okay, we were all in the front. This was before Paige was working there. It was truck day, it was towards the end, and me, Spike, and Helga were about to leave. We went up to Randy, and we asked, hey, is there any other things you want us to do before we skedaddle, before we leave? Skedaddle, that's such a gay word, honestly. Skedaddle. Anyway, before we left. And he goes, I mean, I could use a reach around. It was just a joke. That's all it was. But this bitch, Spike, took it way too seriously. Okay. He went to our manager. What are we calling her? So he went to our manager, Susan. and complained to her and said that he was talking about having sex with one of the co-workers, which is forbidden. As you may know, you do not get in a relationship with your co-workers. Duh. Okay, great. So obviously Susan went to Randy and had him fill out a report on him, and it was a whole thing. Oh, my boyfriend's texting me. So anyway, so Randy comes back in from on the phone from smoking a cigarette in his car, comes back in pissed, goes into the back, finishes the cooler and finishes his dishes, walks back out, lays his jacket and key on the counter and says, "I don't work with no pussy ass kids," and walked out. That's why Randy left. I don't remember if you ever heard that story.
Oh yeah, I heard. It was great. We also used to talk shit about Spike all the time.
All the fucking time.
Lazy bastard he is.
So.
Doesn't do shit.
Next, by the way, throwing this out there, if you see like at the bottom of the screen, if there's like any like blue random shit going down, the camera is currently balancing on like 7 different things right now, and one of them being a blue blanket that it's sitting on top of. So if you see that and like the camera randomly changes, like it probably just did, just bear with us. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so this next story is not as much bullshit, but more that it was kind of just weird about how it happened. So at this point, me and Susan were pretty close. Like, I thought me and Susan were pretty close.
Right.
Because, I mean, she was always talking about how much she loved me, how much, you know, all this fun stuff. She walks in one day. This was 2-3 weeks later. This was about a week or 2 before you were hired. When Ho was fired.
I took Ho's spot.
You did. So, Ho. Let's talk about Ho. Ho was very obnoxious. He, especially to work with. Like, he thought he knew all the shit. He thought he was all that, the best at his job. Okay, for instance, let me just put this in perspective for you. Our manager, Susan, well, ex-manager, I guess.
Yeah.
Once came in, because apparently there was an issue with our phones.
Right.
It was Ho. And they wrote a note, you know how they put like notes on the register, right? So we would see it to make sure we're not on our phone. You know what this bitch did?
Did he take it off?
Nope.
What did he do?
The next day, this bitch came in with 2 different phones. Just sit with that for a second. So, he was fired literally the next day. Like I said, he was an ass. Like, he honestly, and still is. Like, I still run into him and I'm like, bitch. So that was that instance. He was just one of those people that you were like, how did you last as long as you did? Like, how were you here for 2 months? Huh? So after our dear Ho was fired and gone and we all threw a party, Paige was hired. And there was another person hired. What will we call her? She really didn't... We won't even mention her. She doesn't need that shit. So anyway... So once she was hired, I didn't train her that often, and I feel like they did that purposely. Because I told them I would be glad to train her. Like, I didn't care, but...
I was with you most of the time.
Yeah. And, like, you literally sat there and watched me do the workout. Like, you guys saw. Like, she would sit on the other side of, like, that lottery machine and just sit there and watch me. Like, that's all she would do for hours. So she knew the job pretty well, but I was like, you know, I'll give her, like, a few points. She knows how to work a register. It's not that difficult. It's really not that difficult. You know how to count money. Come on, we're past the 3rd grade. Like, let's be honest.
I mean, Ho. Never mind.
We won't get into that. So, I worked with you for a little bit. Like, your first night closing, I helped you with that.
That was you.
Yeah.
I only worked with the managers literally maybe a couple times. They literally pinned me all, like the new me, all on Joseph all the time.
Which I didn't mind, but it was a little stupid.
Right. He's not the manager. It shouldn't be his responsibility to go and train somebody whenever he's only been there for 3 months. 2, whatever.
Anyway.
Whatever.
So.
Whatever.
At this time, I had been there for 2 months. She had just started. And you had just gotten out of your training.
Yep.
And everything was going good. And then they hired that other person.
Yep.
And everything was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I assumed.
Right.
How fucking dare I?
Right.
I assumed everything was fine.
How dare we expect
Honestly.
our lives to go well?
Because, you know, God hates me, in case you didn't know.
Right. I mean, you're gay. It has to happen like that, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
All about that Trump thing.
We'll get into that later. What?
Nothing.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Anyway, everything was going smooth at this point. Everything was fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2 months later. I had been there for 4 months. She had been there for two. July 20th, 2018. Let's talk about that day. So, I woke up on July 20th, 2018, and had to walk to work, which just makes me even more pissed about the situation. But that was, that was something that was out of my control. So I get more pissed the more I think about it. I was working. I had to walk to work. What pissed me off even more about that day is I even called. I was about halfway there, halfway down H. And I called and said, hey, I don't know what time I'm going to be there. I had to walk. It was a late notice. I'll be there as soon as I can. And Helga was on the other side of the phone. And she said, okay, just show up when you can. I thought that was a little weird because they're usually pretty fucking anal about, being there on time.
All the time.
So I thought that was a little weird, but I didn't think anything of it. I just wanted to get to some AC because it was 98 degrees that day, heat index of 108.
Great. Wonderful.
And I was wearing all black.
Because, they want to fucking kill us at work.
Yeah. So I was dead. I just wanted to get to AC. That's all I cared about. And get some fucking something to drink. I walk in and I see our manager, Susan's car, and our other manager, our assistant manager, Rhonda. I saw her car was there as well. So I walked in thinking that was a little weird because I usually get out at and I knew I was replacing Helga at that day. So I didn't know why they were there because only one manager was supposed to be there and they leave at 12:31 by the time I show up. So I thought that was a little weird. I walked in, I was wearing the wrong pants and I had to go change my shirt. And I walked back and they were both sitting in the office, and I looked at them and said, I know these are the wrong pants. They're coming in a few hours. Don't worry. I almost said her name. Susan was like, oh, it's fine. Whatever. It's okay. I'm not worried about it. And
of course you're not worried about it, bitch.
And again, I was like, that's weird. Okay. So I went to the tiny ass fucking 2x2 foot bathroom.
Right.
Changed with my 6'1", 282 ass. And walked out.
Right.
And they said, go clock in and we need to come and talk to you. That's never good. When a manager says, go clock in and then I need to talk to you, run for the fucking hills. So I went and clocked in, grabbed something to drink, because, again, I was fucking thirsty.
Right.
Walked back with my cup and was sitting there like, yeah, what's up? And she says, we've had some cigarettes go missing. And I said, okay, what? I didn't know how that added with me. I was really confused. She goes, you smoke Marlboro Midnights. And I was like, yes, which I don't do anymore. Fun fact. Casey's ruined. I don't smoke Midnights anymore. Every time I smoke a Midnight, flashbacks. I can't do it.
He's now at...
I'm now a typical gay. Full flavors hurt my throat, so I smoke Marlboro Light Menthols. I'm that gay. At least I'm not smoking the ultralight menthols.
Right, that's bad.
I could be worse. But anyway, that's beside the point. And she goes, we've had some cigarettes I'm missing. She asked what kind of cigarettes I smoked. I said Marlboro Midnights. And she goes, well, we've had about 5 or 6 counts of those go missing. And then there's some others that have gone missing. The Southern Cuts that I smoked for a little bit too went missing.
They went missing?
Yeah, some went missing. And then some L&M's went missing. Now.
She told me that she didn't tell me any of those were missing. She talked to me about that too, and she said the smooths went missing. She changed the fucking story up so she can get me too.
Okay, so I said, well, yeah, that's weird, but they didn't give us a chance to tell our side of the story, which pissed me off. If you're going to accuse me of stealing, you're gonna give me a chance to tell my side of the story.
Yo.
Fact final, bitch. Fuck you. Okay, great. So, I was pissed. I said, okay, so you're accusing me of stealing, and she goes, yes. Sign this, hand me your key, and get the fuck out.
That was rude on so many levels. How about be professional about it?
Yeah.
Like, no, but wait.
Professional who?
Like Casey's professional where? Why would they be professional?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my story. I was pissed. Now, here's my side of the story. Okay, you guys have seen the inside of that store, where the bathroom is and where the back is. Okay, listen to me when I say it is extremely possible for a customer to walk back, ask to go to the bathroom. I'll say yes because I'm a nice little bitch sometimes. And when they walk back, I'm dealing with a customer. I'm not paying attention. They walk past that, you know, where the cigarettes start, and they can just, and I wouldn't even see it. Because the Midnights are on there, the L&M's are on there, and the Southern Cuts are pretty close to there. They could easily just reach behind me and grab it, and I wouldn't see it.
It's happened to me before.
Yeah.
And I tried reporting it, and they're just like, oh, well, we don't believe you. We think you're stealing it. No.
So.
No.
That's my side of the story. Now we hear Paige's. Take it away, bitch.
So, I come in about, 30 minutes? 30 to an hour later?
No, because I went in at 2 and you worked at like 6 that day, didn't you? Because you were stocking that night.
I don't remember. But I went in, and he was still sitting outside waiting for a ride. And I walk in, they say, clock in, come to the back, we need to talk to you. I said, okay. So I clocked in, went to the back, and they're like, so we're going to need your key. I'm like, okay, what's going on? They're like, well, we're going to have to let you go. I said, why? They go, well, you stole some cigarettes, and of all things in the fucking store, a bag of popcorn. Why would I steal a bag of popcorn? Why? So they switched it up on me. Instead of telling him what he smokes, they told me that there was smooths, there was slates, NXTs, and what else did I say? Regular menthols. They were stolen. So they completely changed up their story on which cigarettes were missing. Why?
There's some shady shit going down in that store.
I don't get it. And all this happened, now get this, all this happened right after Trump passed the bill to fire people for being gay. All of it happened right after.
I was not expecting you to bring that up. All of this is happening, by the way. This is the only reason we're staying cool is we have a nice glass of water we're sharing. Tap water.
Turn the freaking frogs gay.
Okay, we're back.
So, after all that happened, they literally told me the same thing they told Joseph. They literally said, give me your key, your name tag, and get the fuck out of my store. And I'm like, okay, that's a load of bull because you didn't even show me why I got fired.
Yeah, there was no physical evidence. They even said, words came out of Susan's mouth. Susan. Hold on, I moved my camera. Okay, sorry. We've been sitting here for like an hour now.
Right.
And I need a cigarette.
Right.
And I don't have any.
You could bum a smooth.
I was going to.
Anyway, like we said, no physical evidence whatsoever.
She even said the words came out of Susan's mouth, Susan. Fucking Susan. that they had no video evidence. Because I asked for it. I said, okay, if you're accusing me of stealing, I want to see the physical evidence. I want to see the evidence. And she said, well, there was no evidence. And I said, okay, what about my drawers? She goes, well, your drawers were fine. I said, so then, bitch, where was I stealing? Show me the money. No, I'm just kidding. Show me the evidence.
And no, listen. She said I stole the freaking popcorn. And I said, no, I didn't steal anything. And she's like, yes, you did. I saw it on the cameras. And I said, no, I paid with Apple Pay, which is on your phone. You double click it when you first get in your phone. You can pay with your phone. And she's like, oh, it's because you didn't swipe your card. Bitch, I don't have a card. I have my phone. And she goes, well, where's the receipt? I pulled it up on my phone. I showed her where I had bought the popcorn. And she's like, well, I don't believe you. I have physical proof right here on my phone that proves to you that I bought that. I mean, it's popcorn. Why is it such a big deal? I don't get it.
So,
It's
to wrap this all up, this is not saying you should go boycott this Casey's, because I'm not even going to give you the address.
Right.
But I'm not trying to get you guys to boycott that place or anything. I'm just, the day we were fired and I vlogged that day, I really didn't give an explanation. None of us were like, this is what happened, this is what we did. We just said, because it was still raw then. I was still like, I just got accused of stealing. For no fucking reason.
right, and that could potentially screw me over on other jobs, which I got another job, by the way, y'all. Hey.
I did. Anyway.
You're working on it. You got this.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Anyway, I have a guaranteed job. I just have to get some things to work out first. But that's beside the point. I'm just trying to tell you that that day was not the reason that vlog. I also felt really bad because when I edited and posted that vlog was 3 minutes long.
You've had a bad day.
Yeah, I did not vlog at all. We literally sat here and stuffed our face and made a mukbang, and then I lost the footage for the mukbang and the vlog of us getting our tattoos. What's up, tattoo? Yes. Hers is like under her sweatshirt. See, it happened. It was a real thing. It was just I don't know. That's about it. I felt bad because I never gave you guys closure. I never really got closure, but like you guys, that weren't the reason that I got fired. So like, here you go. Is that all we want to say on the situation?
I believe so, yeah.
There's no hard feelings really. I mean, there is, but like I'm not like holding grudges because I fully believe in like, you don't hold grudges. That's not, you know, live your life how you should live it.
If you hold grudges, that's just going to bring you down. It's going to bring your mood down. It's like, keep a positive
I am
attitude.
banned from there.
Apparently, because we literally walked in there the other day and they didn't say anything.
Yeah, I am banned.
Yeah.
Because I have a big mouth and it runs a lot. That's my form of exercise. I run my mouth. But it's a video for another day.
Right.
Because I feel like I unearthed the real reason we were fired, but bitch, I gotta get that watch time. Maybe there's a part 1 coming up here soon.
I mean a part 2.
Okay guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I would like to thank Paige for showing up today.
Hey.
And if you want to see more of my videos, then the obvious answer is to subscribe and then hit that bell so you get notifications when I upload. Also, go ahead and like this video and comment down below other things you want me to do. That would be greatly appreciated and a very big help. Thank you for watching today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Guys.